Okay, here's another example of where Barret's useful and Cloud doesn't.
Yeah.
Cloud's just got to stand there, look at him! He's just looking at it going, oh well, I guess I'll walk over here now slowly. I guess I'll just look at this.
I guess this is my life now.
Yeah, he's not really earning his fucking
Money,
is he?
I should probably use potions actually.
You probably should, eh? There's another thing! You got to use an ATB gauge to use an item?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this game? Welcome back. We're about to unlock Cloud's unique ability.
Spoiler alert, I've already done this.
Yeah, you kind of did.
So basically his unique ability is Punisher mode, which is you press triangle and he starts like doing this shit where his attacks are more potent, but I think it sacrifices defense.
Yeah, and also you can't move very fast.
Yeah. But the combos are pretty awesome.
And did you say it builds up your ATB gauge faster?
It does, yeah, because it's pretty combo heavy.
Yeah. But last time you were talking about hard mode and how people think it's easy.
Yes. So a lot of people think it's easy, but I think that's because they're following strategies to get through fights. Whereas for me, I've just been playing through normally. So there's a fight, without spoiling anything, there is a fight at a certain part of the game where there's enemies that if you don't kill them fast enough, they will just one-shot you.
Yeah.
Careful in there.
If you're spec'd in such a way, you can take out the enemies easily before they one-shot you. But if you're not, like I guess I probably wasn't, you're going to struggle.
You're going to have a bad time.
Yeah. So I think that's the difference between the people that say the game's easy on hard mode and the people who kind of struggle a wee bit with it.
Elevator's on another floor. Mind pushing that button?
They're going to make you do all your work.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing you're getting paid for, Mark.
I get paid to press
Tifa,
buttons.
Right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
It isn't anything to do with your business.
Yeah. Oh no.
Don't talk about it like that.
Oh. Oh no.
Memories.
Ah, door.
Don't make me remember my past.
Ah.
My charred past is so colourful compared to remember the memories in Final Fantasy VII, the original. It's all dark and like.
So a lot of it's black and white, I think.
Yeah. You get a very different feel from it than this.
Do I remember Tifa? Oh no, over here.
Nah, I'm remembering this barn for some reason. Oh, she's angry because she.
Oh wait, hang on. That was the person I ignored. No.
Oh, no. How dare you say Tifa? Get it on every Tuesday. He's like.
But the rest of the time, no, I don't know her.
I don't know who you're talking about. Unless you're not here, in which case I do know her.
Oh
Exclusively. Yeah. Look at him stand. That's a Kingdom Hearts stance with the big feet. That is so dumb. He's got these big
cross
trousers.
hands.
Yeah.
I like we're seeing things that
We can't see. We shouldn't see.
we shouldn't be seeing at this point.
Should not be seeing. What's going on here? Oh, look at that. There's some textures in the background.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche.
Oh, it's the advert for the game.
We are currently
What?
investigating
Advert for the
whether they
game?
belong
Yeah,
to
this was the
group
the scene
made
that they showed to.
attempt on your
Oh,
Promote
for
the
the
game.
trailer.
Yep.
Rest assured,
Oh, it's to give us a
our
description of what's going on,
enemies will
in case
not
we
take
didn't know.
much longer.
Yeah, as if nobody knew.
Everyone playing this knows.
This pump's sole purpose is
Well,
to drain
obviously,
the planet dry.
this will bring in a
While you
new
sleep, while
audience
you
to
eat,
Final
while
Fantasy
you
VII that
sit,
never played it the first time around.
sucking up Mako.
Yeah, I
It doesn't rest, and it
would still
doesn't
recommend that anybody who has not played Final Fantasy VII still plays the original, either after or before,
Mako is
because
the
it's
lifeblood of
even
our
like once you get to the end of this game, you'll see that there's so much different. There's so many differences with them.
The hell you think's gonna
And
happen
apparently-
when it's all gone, huh? Answer
Actually, I'm
me.
not going to say any more than that. But there's a lot of differences.
Yeah.
It's worth playing both.
Pretend you can't hear the plan,
Definitely.
crying out in
And that's what I
pain.
meant in the first one when I said
know
remake,
you can.
because it is different.
You really
Yeah.
hear that?
It's not the same.
Damn straight I do.
Get help.
Funny.
Say that again.
I don't need to say it again.
It's like he's just unflinching, isn't he?
Yeah,
planet.
of course he is. I should bloody hope so. He's a fucking mercenary.
Later.
If he flinched at that, then he's not going to be very good at his job, is he?
Yeah, but like, look at Barret. He's like a good head.
Yeah, he's a
or
gun
so-
for a head!
He's a good head, bigger than him,
Okay, so this bit annoyed the shit out of me.
and he's built like a
Tank with an
Yeah.
arm for a gun.
yeah. He's literally a tank.
Yeah.
So why did this annoy you?
Listening word.
Well, we're about to see why.
False move.
So this is the first introduction of you being able to swap characters.
Well,
And
someone had the cloud do all the
it
fighting.
forces you to play as
There
Barret
are some places
so
a
that you can
sword
take
just
down the
can't
turrets. And if you're playing as Cloud, you can't hit them.
Yes.
reach. They're waiting for me.
Well, I mean, So I think you can still cast magic
Yeah,
on
you
them,
can,
but
but
you can't.
because of ATB, if you don't have an ATB gauge, you can't cast magic.
Yeah.
So that means you need to wait.
True. That's
So
true.
it is a little bit annoying because obviously in Final Fantasy VII there were fights where if the enemy was too far away, then characters with close combat,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like swords and stuff, couldn't hit them. But they could still cast magic because in those days the ATB gauge was just how long it took you for you to make your next action. Not it didn't like build up over time,
Yeah.
or like it built up automatically. You didn't have to earn it, so you could just use characters that had swords to cast magic on ranged enemies, and then obviously characters like Barret could use it their regular attacks as well. But I think in that the way that the game is, see, look, Cloud's just literally just standing there.
Yeah, he's not really
He's
doing
doing
anything.
absolutely nothing at this point. And although at this point in the game it's pretty hard for you to die, theoretically if Barret died, you would be stuck because Cloud can't do anything. If you didn't have a Phoenix down to revive Barret, then there would be no way to recover him from death.
Yeah.
And then how would you progress?
I suppose if you're really struggling with the controls and you died, that would be an issue.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's maybe easier for maybe a lot of people that play this that have played a lot of games before. But so if somebody's like, oh, this looks really good, I want to try it out, and it's one of their first games, they could technically, like, they could die at that point, and the things that you've said would be true.
I'm just trying to think, like,
If you're careless,
it's
they'll cut you down to size.
it's something that they've designed
I'm guessing you
thinking, oh, no one's ever going to die here, so it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
But theoretically, you could get stuck there. You know, it's
I'll go first.
kind of like the original Pokemon.
Danger to get
If you really sucked ass and you didn't get the items that you needed in the Safari Zone and you ran out of money, there was no way to earn more money in the game. So you could, if you defeated all the trainers, that you couldn't fight them again in the original game. So you couldn't get any more money. So you couldn't enter the Safari Zone. So then you can't finish the game.
That's a nightmare.
Isn't it? Yeah, I mean that was a massive oversight in the original, but it's one of those ones that doesn't ever apply because you'd have to be absolutely terrible at the game to not have enough money
Yeah.
to do that. You know, if you failed multiple times, you would still have enough money, even if you sold all your items. You've already spent all your money and you chuck away all your items. Yeah, that would be the only way to get rid of that amount of money. In a
Yes.
quick space of time.
But I'm sure it's probably happened before, though.
Yeah, so like it's funny because in theoretically in Pokemon Blue you could still earn money because of the move Payday. If you caught a Meowth that knew Payday or trained one up to learn it, you could use Payday over and over again and you could earn money. But in the red version, Meowth was Blue exclusive, so you couldn't get a Meowth.
crap.
Nice timing.
Ta.
You can just walk through now. You've been damaged. Do you know that was another thing that annoyed me? I think there's a trophy for not
is.
getting hit by them.
Chris.
And if you walk through them, but Barret gets hit by them, it doesn't count. Like, you don't get the trophy.
Really?
And, yeah. So you can run through it, and Barret, because he's slightly behind you, you need to run far enough through that he can run through as well.
Yeah, I was. See, to be fair, because I was like listening to what you were
Yes.
saying and trying to count how many times the lasers
Yeah.
happen at the same time. Yeah.
Oh no, I know you would come up with an excuse on you.
Well, I mean, yeah, I had it in reserve just
Yeah,
in
just
case.
in case in the back
just in case
pocket.
you asked me.
Yeah.
If we rush in,
Oh, it's a sweeper, Marky. It's the classic enemies.
Yeah, it is.
Finally,
It's like-
something that we recognise.
that should give us an opening.
I mean,
Oh,
I suppose
thunder.
Thunder.
Oh,
I'm
stagger
lucky.
enemies. There we go.
Oh, he's pressured, Marky. Use your move that increases pressure.
Yeah,
I
focus
believe
strike.
it's focus first, yeah. Nice. Oh, now he's staggered. Now you can do extra damage for no reason.
Oh wait, am I not supposed to get a trophy for that? No, I already got it.
Did you?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, when you exploited his weakness.
Yeah.
Oh, you can charge up your attack, Marky, if you hold down triangle.
Huh?
Barret, you can hold down triangle and you charge up his special attack.
Oh yeah,
Overcharge.
yeah, but you need to do that. I think like twice. Do you not?
Yeah. Right. Yes. You didn't need to do that.
I did not. He
Cloud
was.
could have killed him. But,
Yeah.
You, know. You showed off his ability.
Yeah, I'll switch between them just so people can
Can see.
can
the
see.
difference. So that's one of the major differences between this and the other game is that taking control of different characters, it obviously they have different abilities and stuff. Whereas you know, in the first game they were pretty much all the same. They just have different weapons, but they could all use magic. Obviously they had separate
well, you had
limit breaks, but
I mean, to be fair, there was some weapons that, and it didn't really come into play until later on in the game. I think they were almost identical for quite a lot of the game. Like, you had attack, and it just basically did more or less the same damage. But when you got things like the high-end material later on that would maybe let you attack more than once, Cloud's sword would really shine because it actually did more damage than any other weapon, especially when you had everyone's maximum weapons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. Like, for the first half of the game, like, in fact for the first bulk of the game, basically, everyone could attack. It did pretty much the same thing. Materia was really what was different. Like,
yeah. But what I mean is, I suppose you can do that in this game as well, but you can equip different materia to different characters. But at this point in the game, you know, Cloud's got fire and Barret's got thunder, so you have to like use them for those abilities. But there are triangle abilities unique to each character, and you don't have that in the first game and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's more to do with the fact that this is an action RPG rather than just a classic RPG. And look, there's that thing up there, the sentry rate that Cloud can't do fuck all about.
Yeah, thunder.
They're weak to thunder though, which is nice.
Yeah, because we can just get rid of them.
Yeah, only if you've got an ATP gauge though. That was something that I thought was kind of daft about magic in this game. So MP magic spells cost MP, but they also cost an ATB gauge.
Yep.
So that means there's two costs for magic, which means that the magic has to be better than your abilities in order for you to want to use them.
Yeah.
But I think in a lot of cases that isn't the case. Like, lots of the abilities are in many ways better.
Yeah, I mean, see, for like, I would say probably for the majority of the normal mode playthrough, you can get through most of the fights just using like weapon abilities without really focusing on magic.
Yeah.
It is a mechanic that you can stagger things faster with magic if they've got a weakness.
Yes.
But it's not by any means necessary to use it outside of hard mode, I would say.
No. But it also, I think, defines the usefulness of certain characters, like Cloud and Barret being and Tifa being melee characters. They have an advantage of not using magic because like their abilities and their regular attacks just do damage.
Yes.
Whereas Aerith is a magic user by design, and so her regular attacks are never as good.
Yeah.
And so if you're penalised for using magic, then she kind of becomes a less powerful character.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
and in regards to the original, because her weapon was that weak and it's similar in this one, I would mainly use her as a healer.
Yes.
It was handier back in the day just to have like a dedicated or a more or less dedicated healer.
Yes.
For when things went wrong.
Yep.
And as a result, yeah, she probably had the best magic, like the best magic damage as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I think you're right. Like, she is a bit less useful because you can only really use magic with her.
Yes. And because you need to build up ATB, and she's not a useful melee user.
What about the timer?
It's kind of. There were times when I was playing this. Oh, how long do you think it's going to take you, Marky? You think you can do it in 20 minutes?
Pretty cocky, ain't you?
Pretty cocky. Don't get penisy, kid.
Too late.
Too late. But you get a trophy for doing it in 20, don't you?
I think so.
I didn't even start it. See if you started it there,
Yeah.
and you had to do the boss fight as well. That
It
would
would
make it
actually
way more
be a
challenging.
challenge.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Final Fantasy VIII has an actual challenge in one where it's like 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's this guy, Marky. It's
Oh,
this
Scorpion.
Guy. It's Scorpio. Big old Scorpio. You're going to be able to do this fight in a minute and a half.
Lightning magic.
Maybe.
We might have to cut this short. It's this guy, Marky. Don't attack him when his tail's up.
Wait, is his tail up? It is.
Yeah. Well, that was always the thing in the original, wasn't it? That you don't attack him when his tail's up.
Yeah. Oh, he's
That's a
pressured?
thing in this, is it?
I don't think so.
No.
But the thing is, see in the original, you weren't supposed to attack him when his tail was up.
Yeah.
But the dialogue said, his
Attack
tail's
him when
up,
his tail's
attack him.
That's funny. I think I remember seeing that recently. Okay, here's another example of where Barret's useful and Cloud doesn't.
Yeah.
Cloud's just got to stand there. Look him. He's just looking at it, going, "Oh well, I guess I'll walk over here now slowly. I guess I'll just look at this."
I guess this is my life now.
Yeah, he's not really earning his fucking
Money?
money, is he?
I should probably use potions actually.
You probably should, aye. There's another thing! You got to use an ATB gauge to use an item?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this game?
It is a bit different, that's
Right,
for sure.
I think we're going to have to call it there, so pause it.
Oh.
And then, thanks for watching, guys. This is it. It's the big old fight with the Scorpion guy. Join us next time. We'll see the epic conclusion.
Well, we beat it.